Each of us, the rider and the horse, must be taught the meaning of the bit as part of the literal language. All of us who invest our attention to study and our time to practice can develop what Phyllis called a well-trained hand. It's a matter of information, and we're going to start it now. And the horses need the information too. The well-trained horse, via the bit, is taught particular sensations that he recognizes and understands. Each sensation has a particular meaning, just like the other natural aids, the seat and the leg, that we've been discussing. The horse must be taught these meanings that the bit spells out. Likewise, the rider must also be taught the same meanings and how to convey these particular sensations by the hand via the reins to the bit. It's not enough to just have talent or be born with feel. There still is a matter of information and learning, like learning to read or learning to spell. And to be good at the spelling, you have to have the gift of feel. But our own personal feel isn't isn't educated. No matter how good you are or how you've been praised. We have to understand the rein actions, what the bit means to the horse first. Then, understanding how our hand functions and what the hand aids literally are becomes nearly obvious. The first three rein actions to confirm are the leading rein, the leading opening rein, and the bearing rein, which is also often called an outside rein, and Western folks call it a neck rein, even though it would be better to call it a wither rein or even an outside shoulder rein, but we'll talk about that later, because if we're training a forehand, we're not training a neck, we're training an entire forehand. Anyway, so the horse, there's particular sensations that the horse feels from the bit. And what shall our hand do to make these exact and understandable sensations during riding? We're going to look at this in a lot of depth in the 2021 course on the displaceable forehand. And a displaceable forehand moves in the blink of an eye. And there's a lot to discuss. So I'm going to tell you the Cliff Notes version now, which is also how my well-educated horse knows it. He doesn't know all the books. He has an idea about it, about the bit. And his basic idea is, I follow my bit. He thinks in his mind, I follow my bit. And when he knows this idea, it all works fine. I follow my bit. This is the foundation idea that we teach to the horse. It actually contributes to the horse's forwardness. It's an idea that he can rely on, and that we can rely on too. And it may sound babyish or too simple, but this babyish idea, I follow my bit, that never changes as training progresses. But the idea does mature, or like Podolsky says, it becomes ripe fruit. And when a rein idea matures, it miniaturizes. So these horses, they're in their minds, I follow my bit. That's what he knows. I follow it. I follow my bit. I feel my bit. I follow my bit. Now this means, if he knows I follow my bit, this means the bit leads him. This is an idea worth pondering. This means the bit leads him. This is the first rein, the baby rein, and it is the leading rein. We learned that term in Pony Club, and we still need it. But when is the last time you studied or tuned your maid horse's leading rein? The leading rein. The rein precedes the horse. The bit is in space and it has mass and he's moving. And so the bit is moving forward and the horse, he follows it. So the bit is preceding him and he is following it. The rein and the bit, as long as the rider doesn't suck and is pulling, the rein and the bit actually lead him forward. So a leading rein leads, and a leading opening rein opens or widens and leads him through a turn. An opening rein is a single-sided rein. So a single side will widen and he will follow the single side. It opens or widens. Still, the idea in his mind is, oh, I follow my bit. He doesn't know it's called an opening rein, and he doesn't care. He follows his bit. So teach your horses to follow their bit. Teach him to follow his bit. He thinks in his mind, I follow my bit. Then he'll know what to do, whether the rein is leading or leading opening. And now we've actually talked about the first two rein actions, leading and opening, and now we're going to speak of the third. And with just these three, you can ride expertly.